The cabin was deep in the Blackwood Forest, and the only sound you could normally hear was the slow, steady creak of the old wood settling. Tonight, that wasn't true. Tonight, there was only the sound of fear. Elias sat by the boarded-up window, clutching an old hunting rifle. It was 10 minutes past midnight. The moon wasn't full, it was just a broken crescent, but the terror outside didn't care about the calendar. Something was out there, something big. It had started an hour ago, the sound of something heavy hitting the porch, followed by the wet, choking cry of the guard dog. Elias hadn't even opened the door. He knew better. Now the thing was moving around the cabin. It wasn't pacing like an animal. It was searching, moving with a twisted human intelligence. Elias could hear its breath, a ragged, hot sound that smelled faintly of wet fur and blood, even through the thick walls. The worst part was the stillness. It would stop right outside the window, and the forest would fall completely silent, as if every bird and insect was holding its breath too. Then it moved. It leapt from the ground onto the roof with a sickening sound. It was tracking his scent, trying to find the weakest point. Elias held the rifle steady, pointing it at the ceiling. The roof creaked louder, closer. He had to move. He needed to get to the cellar door, which was reinforced with iron. He took a single, slow step towards the kitchen. Just as he stepped, the creature slammed its enormous fist or paw, or whatever it had, through the wooden panel of the boarded-up window. Right where Elias had been sitting moments before, a broken, hairy arm covered in thick, matted black fur was now dangling uselessly inside the room. The creature roared outside, a sound that was half human scream, half wolf howl. Elias didn't look back. He ran. He threw himself down the basement stairs, slamming the heavy iron door behind him and dropping the steel bar across it. He was safe. Style, strained whisper of relief. For now, the basement was cold, dirt-floored, and silent. Upstairs, the heavy pounding began again. The creature was smashing itself against the iron door. Elias pressed his back against a cold stone wall. He looked around the dusty cellar. Old furniture, dusty jars of canned goods, and in the center of the room, covered by a white sheet, was an object he hadn't thought about in 20 years. He reached the mirror and pulled the sheet off. The metallic pounding upstairs stops abruptly, absolute silence. He raised the lamp. In the glass was not his face. Reflected in the mirror was a face that was twisted, long-snouted, and snarling. The creature was standing right behind him, making no sound. Elias stumbled away, dropping the lamp. Everything went dark. He heard the soft, shuffling sound of large, heavy feet moving toward him. He heard the final ragged breath, then silence. Tone, cold, slow, deeply amused. The creature chuckled, a deep, rasping sound that turned into a familiar voice. "Oh, the door was never the problem, Elias. The problem is the bloodline and the mirror. You see, I came down here when you pulled the sheet off the mirror. The mirror never reflected what was behind it. It only ever reflected what you were becoming. You locked the werewolf out of the cabin, but you locked me in the cellar with the man who was about to turn. The moon may be broken, but the cycle is not." Pace. Voice slows dramatically, fading into a final whisper. "The broadcast never stops.